What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D.A.R.Y.L Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, and today we're going to be taking a look at a little-known film from back in my childhood, 1985's D.A.R.Y.L, which stands for Data Analyzing Robot Youth Lifeform, and stars Barrett Oliver, Mary Beth Hurt, Michael McKean, Danny Corkle, and Joseph Summer. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And like I said during the introduction, today's film we're going to take a look at is a very lesser-known film from the 80s. Now, some people my age who grew up in the 80s may remember this film, but it's not really the type of film that gets shown on TV or even the movie channels that much anymore. And it's called D.A.R.Y.L, which once again stands for Data Analyzing Robot Youth Lifeform. And as our movie opens, we meet Darryl, an experiment in artificial intelligence, who was created by a government company called TASCOM. Now, one of the scientists, Dr. Mulligan, begins to have some misgivings about the experiment, so he sets Darryl free. Once he's freed Darryl, Dr. Mulligan, who is being pursued by helicopters, accidentally drives off a cliff, killing himself. Darryl ends up being found by an elderly couple and taken to an orphanage where he ends up being adopted by his new foster parents, Andy and Joyce Richardson. Once he begins to integrate into the household, Darryl begins to exhibit extraordinary talents, but he can't remember who or what he is. Soon, Darryl is introduced to the Foxes, the neighbors of the Richardsons, who have a son who goes by the nickname of Turtle, who's about Darryl's age. And due to Darryl being raised in isolation, his social skills are kind of limited, but Turtle helps him develop some social skills over time. Turtle becomes curious as to how Darryl can remember things like his name and how to read, but nothing about himself, who he is, where he came from. And Darryl tells him that he was diagnosed with amnesia, and that his real parents may end up coming for him one day. One day, while at Turtle's house, Darryl watches Turtle and his sister, Sherry, play pole position. And when they're done, he asks if he can have a turn. When Darryl plays, he reacts to the game faster than humanly possible and sets a new high score. Andy teaches Darryl how to play baseball, and as he exhibits some skill there as well, adds him to the team that he coaches called the Mohawks. At the next game against Andy's rival, Bull McKenzie, and his team, the Warriors, Darryl is used as sort of a secret weapon, and he begins the game by hitting multiple home runs in his at-bats. But Turtle begins to notice that Joyce, Andy's wife, is a little annoyed that she can't really do anything for Darryl, as he pretty much takes care of himself. So Turtle tells Darryl that it's okay to mess up sometimes. So, at his next at-bat, Darryl strikes out on purpose, allowing Turtle to get the game-winning home run, and the Mohawks celebrate their victory. However, just as the Richardsons have truly begun to form a bond with Darryl, their happiness is shattered when government agents find him and return him to the TASCOM facility in Washington, D.C., where he was created. Once there, his memory is restored, and he is debriefed on the things he learned during his time with the Richardsons. But because Darryl has revealed a capacity for human emotions, such as fear, he is declared a failure by the military, and his project is set to be terminated. We then meet Dr. Jeffrey Stewart, who is one of Darryl's designers, and he decides to free Darryl so he can return to the Richardsons. Unfortunately, they don't get away cleanly. Dr. Stewart and Darryl manage to escape the first wave of pursuers, thanks in part to Darryl's driving skills acquired from playing pole position. As the sun comes up, they drive into the countryside and steal a pickup truck to avoid being recognized. However, when they try to pass by police roadblocks, Dr. Stewart ends up getting killed by a police officer's shotgun. With his dying words, he tells Darryl that he is in fact a real person, and Darryl continues his escape. That evening, Darryl sneaks into a U.S. Air Force base, hacks into a computer, triggers faraway alarms as a distraction, and steals an SR-71 Blackbird. Darryl sets a course to take him back to the Richardsons and contacts Turtle, instructing him and Sherry to meet up with him at Blue Lake, where Turtle had taken Darryl once before. The Air Force warns Darryl that the plane will be vaporized mid-flight by using a self-destruct mechanism. But Darryl ejects himself at the last minute in an attempt to fake his own death. Unfortunately, the ejection knocks Darryl unconscious, and he plummets into Blue Lake in his ejection seat with the deployed parachute. The added weight causes Darryl to sink and drown as Turtle and Sherry arrive. They see his body resurface, and Darryl is rushed to the hospital where he is officially declared dead, showing no signs of life. Everyone, of course, is saddened by Darryl's death, but Turtle points out the fact that he's a computer, so he can't die. In the hospital, Dr. Ellen Lamb, another one of Darryl's designers, finds him and reactivates his electronic brain, restoring him to life. With Darryl officially declared dead, he is no longer on the run from TASCOM and returns to the Richardsons to live a normal life. Our film comes to its conclusion with Turtle coming out of the Richardson home, spotting Darryl, and joyfully reuniting with his friend and family. Darryl is a film that falls into a genre that I almost like to call You Had to Be There, if that makes any sense. Because as a kid growing up in the 80s, I would have been 9, maybe 10 years old by the time I saw this film. Darryl is one of those things that just kind of came with the territory. I mean, we had Explorers, we had Cloak and Dagger, we had Space Camp, which I'm not getting to this year, maybe next year for my birth month. And then you had Darryl. And I feel like Darryl was kind of like the gateway to TV shows like Small Wonder. But you don't see movies like this that much these days. So it's one of those that you kind of had to be there to get it. Again, if that makes any sense to you. I love this film. I still have fond memories of this film. Sitting back, rewatching it. I exposed my daughter to it last year. And it's just such a great feel-good movie because it's almost a Pinocchio type of story in that instead of being a marionette, a puppet, he's a robot. But he's got those real boy moments. And it's really, really cool to see. Turtle is a great 80s character, such a goofball, so sarcastic, very much the way I am these days. But back then, I related more to Darryl. I wanted to be Darryl. Because, he's the kid that can beat pole position just playing it the first time, and he's got the senses to do what you need to do to be successful at it, and he can fly planes. Like, come on. What kid wouldn't like those type of things? So needless to say, it's a film that I have very fond memories of, and a very integral part of my childhood. So much so that when I give my rating for this film, I'm going to give it 4 stars out of 5. I really feel that this is the type of movie that you guys need to go out there, look into. Look and see if you can find it on Amazon. See if you can find it on streaming services. If you want to own a hard copy, see if you can find it on Walmart or Target or something. It's definitely worth your while, and it's a very good, underrated science fiction film. Barrett Oliver, of course, was also a Never-Ending Story. So he had those 2 films going for him in the 80s. Michael McKean, legendary. You've got Joseph Summer, who would go on to become Mr. Ducksworth in the original Mighty Ducks film. 4 out of 5 stars for me, though. What do you guys think? Those of you that have seen D.A.R.Y.L, let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Whatever you do, though, when you get out there on social media, let's try to get those hashtags trending. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade J.J. Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag Statboy Approved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you guys get out there. Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the official merchandise of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Get you your Renegade J.J. Williams shirt, Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag Statboy Approved, hashtag Shenanigans. Get you your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network, 3 different designs of the Jeff Meacham Network logo for you to choose from, along with Talk Wrestling, Meachamania, so much more. It's summertime still. You still got plenty of time for those barbecues, pool parties, beach bonfires. Go to the Teespring store, get yourself a tank top. You can choose from the Renegade J.J. Williams or Meachamania. Either one is the perfect accessory for those hot summer days and those hotter summer nights. Get out there, show your love and support. While you're showing your love and support, do what that ticker tells you to do. Do you enjoy my content, my daily videos? If so, go to that PayPal, send me a few bucks as a donation. Keep in mind, everybody, I'm still not monetized yet, still trying to get my viewership hours up. So the only way I'm going to make a few bucks right now on this venture is if you guys out there go to that PayPal link and send me a few bucks as a donation. You don't want to send me any money? That's cool. Go to the Linktree link that scrolls across the bottom of the screen. Keep in mind, like I've said every day this month, it's my birthday month. August 22nd is my birthday. Go to that Linktree link, click on the link for my Amazon movie wish list, select a movie. I'm constantly adding titles, updating. When it comes in the mail, I'll open it up on Renegade Recap live, just like I always do, and I'll give you guys a thank you and a shout out. And likewise, when I work it into one of my theme months, sit down, get to watch it, review it, and give you guys another shout out. and I will show you guys all the same amount of love and support that you guys show to me. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when I take a look at another film that involves a boy who seems to be a wizard of sorts when it comes to video games. 1989's The Wizard, starring Fred Savage, Beau Bridges, Christian Slater, and many others. You're not going to want to miss out tomorrow, right back here on Renegades Reviews, when I bring you The Wizard with Fred Savage. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuning in for the premiere, leaving your thoughts and comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Likewise, all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuning in a little bit later in the day, leaving your thoughts and comments down here. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all my loyal fans and viewers out there that tune in on a daily basis and consistently show me love and support. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.